we have a perfect world that had just created, and we had this perfect man and in the perfect world. But God said, okay, everything is good, but it's something is off. I'm missing something here. And of course, Adam needed company, and he created Eve for that, for him. And since the very beginning, we see that we need to be in community, that we need company. So we know we're social beings. From the very beginning, we have family or someone who took care of us. We tend to have a group of friends, or at least one or two friends. We go to the school in groups too, and to the church, right? It's one of the things that we actually enjoy the most, to go there and have a good time with our friends and with our loved ones in the church, praising God. And of course, who doesn't like a good team to work with? We love it. We love to work in teams. But actually, it's really much better than working alone. So we're social beings. But sometimes we will talk about social, and I'm glad that Nin said this and made it very clear that social media is about social, right? But sometimes we forget about that, and we see it just as a place where we put all of our information and beautiful posts and graphics and videos, and we just make it a media and not social. We forget about social. So we need to remember every day that this is about the social part that God gave us. It is so important for us. So without this, our content is not going to have the same impact as if we remember this every day. So what kind of content should we actually be posting for us to have a successful strategy? Well, that content that makes people tag their friends or share in direct messages or in WhatsApp, or take the screen capture so we can share with others. That's a kind of content that we need to be creating. That content that reminds people about their roots, about their childhood or their family, or something in the church that they used to do as a child. This kind of content is going to be really good for them. Also, the content that encourages people to keep going, because we all need to read a motivational quote. Almost every day we need to make sure that we're going through the right way, right? That content that inspires others. Sometimes I have found that I don't even like a post or share, but it inspires me. And I go ahead and I go and create another post that I did inspire on the other. So this kind of, sometimes you're not gonna see the likes, but make sure that if you do it to inspire others, it's going to be helpful. The content that informs about the community, the church, the people's surroundings. The content that teaches them, like in how to guide, how to do this or that, how to overcome this, how to, I don't know, how to teach others. This kind of content is going to be successful. And why not the content that entertains people? Because we all go to social media also to be entertained. And in this case, I'm going to go to that kind of content, like interactive stories where you have to respond, or riddles, tag your friend posts, guess the emojis, guess the story with emojis or whatever. This kind of posts, they entertain people, and it's good for us to have that kind of interaction. It is social, actually. So, well, these are like the basics of content that we need to be creating, or we need to actually be sharing in our social media. But right before we do that, we need to define our audience. Why? The best accounts are very specific, okay? So they don't talk about anything and everything. No, they are very specific. And I'm gonna show you this. I don't know if you can see it well, but in the first one, I thought of this couple who talk about marriage. Everything is about marriage. And they're Christian, they're Adventist, but everything you see there is about marriage, and they have a lot of interaction. They don't talk about everything. They just talk about marriage. And the second one, I have Neolfis de Leon, who is a psychologist in Dominican Republic. And she only talks about the relationship between a boyfriend and girlfriend and everything around it. And that's it. It's all that she talks about. But you should see the interaction in her account. Okay, I thought of showing you Hope Channel Interamerica because even if it's an Adventist channel, we don't talk about everything Adventist. We only talk about the content that is in the channel, in the app. And we are trying to inform people that we have that in the app, right? And of course, saying hi, good night, and all of these, that is the social part of the social media, right? And also I have the Bible here that they don't do anything, even if they're told that video is king and video now it's trending or whatever, they only do posts with verses, Bible verses. That's all they do. And it has a lot of interaction, and people go to their account to grab the graphics and share in other places and to get inspired and to get motivated. So the other one I wanted to show you, I follow a lot of plants accounts. And so that I know when I need to know something about plants or have some inspiration or whatever, I go there. And also this other one that is all about behind the scenes, creating special effects for the film industry. And that's it. They don't talk about everything in the film industry, but only behind the scenes. So when you want to start creating content, you need to have well defined what your audience is, because that's how you're going to know what to create, right? And then I go ahead when I have a time. Sometimes I'm just running around with things to do, but this is really important for people who are creating content, is go and stalk other accounts. What is trending and how can you adapt these trends to your own content? It is good, and sometimes it doesn't go at all with your content, and it's okay. But some of them are going to be really inspiring for you. So go ahead and stalk a lot of special accounts that you follow. They're similar to your account. These are all the types of content that you can be creating, and you can choose. So you can have a variety of this of content, not only graphics or whatever, but you can choose between a written, external links, images, videos, stories, live streams, special days, infographic, testimonials, announcements, contests. You can actually do a lot of, you can grab, not having it like every day the same, but actually have a variety of this content in your own account. So, and it's very important to evaluate because we are all learning. We're not experts. Social media has no experts because every day it's changing so much that we need to be evaluating. Is it working? Are people responding to my posts? Not only likes, but comments, shares. direct messages? Are they asking about what I'm posting? Is my strategy still working? Because it might have worked at some point, but maybe it's time to change, to refresh things. And I'm going to talk to you about unicorn content that is good to know. What is the best type of content that works or has success in your own account or similar accounts? So you can go to similar accounts and see what's doing best. I have seen that in Adventist accounts, the kind of content that has Jesus on it or the second coming are unicorn content. Those are unicorn posts. So you can have this, like, to see, to have it there like a special post when you want to revive the interaction or something like that. And then ask God for guidance, because if God wants you to go ahead with your ministry or whatever you're doing or whatever account you're starting, he's going to tell you how to do it. It's not the same for everyone, but you will have this path in front of you and God is going to guide you. And this is, for me, one of the best things I can tell you. Be consistent and be patient, because even if you see an account with a lot of success and interaction and followers, they sometimes have 10 years going on, and you need to be consistent, and you need to be patient and to be evaluating and to change and everything if you want to grow. But overall, do everything for the glory of God. When you do it for the glory of God, you don't worry about how many followers you have. You don't worry about if you are having the interaction you need, but God will guide you, and you will be doing it the best you can with the best quality you can, and we'll be learning more and more because this is for God. So, okay, I hope that this helps you to start creating bigger or larger variety of content that can take the word of Jesus to others.